Hello everyone, this is Maida. Thanks again for joining me for another video. So in the last one I was drawing the very larger like water lily piece, and in between working on that piece I actually drew a couple of like smaller variations of it. So in this one I was actually trying to find a pose that would work for like a small acrylic keychain. This was not that piece, but I liked how the pose was looking, so I decided to just keep going and use it as like a smaller print art piece. Just because like once you shrink it more, once you try to do like you go even more chibi with this pose, you start you'll lose like the arm detail going up behind the head, and you'll lose like that piece of the leg going behind the body, because those are two things that really make the pose. So I wasn't gonna go chibier than this with this pose, but I liked how it was turning out, so I decided to keep going and turn it into a full little drawing of mine on the side. And basically I just sampled all the colors from the big piece that I was working on, so no mystery there. Yeah, that's it. I'll show you guys later in the video what I actually went with for an acrylic charm design. But anyways, this one was a lot of fun to draw. Like I said, I really like ballet and ballerinas specifically. I haven't really drawn the male counterpart to ballerinas very often, except for my very old Princess Tutu fan art. Anyway, so I felt the pose itself in this was really strong, so I kept the background really simple and just added lily pads for a little bit of color and to like strengthen the vertical energy that we got going on in this drawing. And I went and added the veins for the lily pad, because like I said previously, when I didn't add them they were too flat looking. Yeah, so in the original design for this ballerina type character, I actually used lily pads in the design for the skirt, but since for this larger drawing she was going to be on the lily pads, I decided that was going to be too much green, and it would take away from like the flower petal part, so that's why the skirt is now only the water lily itself and not like a lily pad on it. What I like about doing the more mini like chibi versions of these ballerinas is that you can actually see the color of her eyes really well. Because the line art is red, it's kind of hard to see that from a distance that the eyes are yellow. But yeah, they're gold, yellow, just to kind of enhance the color scheme a little bit. And so yeah, this is the chibi, super chibi design that I decided to go with for an acrylic charm and a sticker. I also had it printed as a sticker. I do all my sticker printing at home with my little Cricut machine. It's actually not as frustrating as some people will say, at least according to me. The only real problems I've had with it was one time where the update was actually screwed up, but every other time was user error, like from the first couple months of me trying to do this or that because other people said cheating it this way would work. I finally just used it as it was intended, and then it worked. So there you go. If you're thinking of getting a Cricut, I think it's worth it, personally. But yeah, so I was considering having her like standing, doing a standing thing, or leaping, but I didn't like how the legs looked sticking out like that, so I kind of just made her kneeling and decided she'd just sit plainly on a lily pad, looking real cute. And I kept the coloring very simple on this one since it was just gonna be a sticker and a little acrylic keychain, because for chibis, part of the appeal is keeping it kind of simple. My opinion, of course, you can color it as complicated as you'd like if it were you. But I prefer the simple coloring for more simple drawings. So I didn't do any of the extra glows, for example, on the bodice of the dress. And I don't think I added a glow in the hair either. Anyways, this is the final piece, so I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments which drawing you prefer, I guess. Or which one you resonate with more. Thanks.